Hello everyone, my name is Rose. I am starting the cash envelope stuffing. I am creating this account so that I can hold myself accountable. Hopefully within this year we can get all my debt paid off and get some savings started. I am going to lay it all out on the table. I have right now about $33,000 left in debt. I did pay off quite a bit of this, and then I ended up having to add a new car loan on top after totaling my last car. Just after I paid it off. So disappointed. Life happens. Unexpected stuff happens. Got a great new car. Hopefully it lasts me a lot longer than the last one. I would love to get this paid off within this year. That's pretty optimistic, but I've been working really hard. I do have two jobs. I have my main job, which is full-time. I get paid twice a month on the 10th and the 25th of every month. That is my normal big paycheck. And then on the side, I do deliver groceries. That does bring in a decent chunk of money. Some weeks it's more than others, depending on how much I work. I do live in Minnesota. It is cold for those of you that aren't from around here. The winters can get pretty nasty. This winter so far, we've had a couple snow dumps of about 8 to 10 inches each. It does add up quite a bit, so those weeks I don't work so much. So some weeks it could be nothing. Some weeks it could be quite a bit that I do make. I do get paid weekly on Wednesdays from that one. So today with this, we will go ahead and show that first paycheck stuff. And then I do get paid again this weekend from my main job. So we will go ahead and stuff again in a couple days. This will go down with most, if not all, of my paychecks. What I do go ahead and pay towards the stuff, I'm not going to be taking out in cash. I'm just going to pay it directly from my account. And what you see cash-wise is going to be savings challenges, stuff going into the envelopes, things like that. So we do have $33,010, I believe it is, left to pay on all my debt put together. I do have a $1,200 affirm balance right now. Hopefully we can get this paid off quickly so that we don't have these payments coming out. This is my total starting balance of the new car that I just got, $20,114. We have paid over $500 already. I do have this bar for my emergency fund. I did just have a emergency fund saved up in my account. However, right before Christmas, my dryer died on me, so I had to buy a new dryer, and then I also needed a new mattress quite desperately, so it was on sale. I did end up buying another mattress for my bed, so that did take my emergency fund out, as well as add some balances to credit cards. I do not have that many credit cards. I only have 4 cards total. I have, I think, $6,500 or so worth of balance between all of them. I do not like spending on the credit cards unless I have to, but with everything the last year, it's been kind of rough. So these balances have gone up. I am hoping to get these paid off as a priority, and then the loans. This is my Capital One. I have just over $900 left on that one to pay. These are 2 more credit cards. I have just over $800 on both of them owed. This is one of my larger cards. I believe I have about $3,200 left owing on this one. This one I do get a lot of points back on, so I do use this one quite a bit. This is my small personal loan. It started at about $8,000. I am just, well, it started more than that. That's just the amount that I can remember. I am at $7,010. So there's just a little smidge left to color in there, and then we will move on to the next circle. I would love to have this one paid off, hopefully by tax time. That would be amazing. Next, let's move on to the binders that I created. So I did order binders off of Amazon, just nice, quick, and easy starting out. I do like the cute ones. The decorative, things like that. And then I did make my own envelopes. So this is my wallet. We will start here. We have groceries, coffee, cats. I do have 2 cats, an elderly cat named Mittens. He is very sweet and kind. And we have a little girl, Xena. She is as sweet as can be. And then we have household. This will be anything, any normal products, laundry sheets, detergent, toilet paper, dish soap, any normal household items. This is my personal spending. Being in the store doing deliveries all the time, I do like to check the clearance aisles, see what sales are on, things like that. So this will be my personal spending money for me to spend on items that I see, or if I'm out and about and see something I want, whatever. Family fun. And this is for me and my son to go out and do stuff. Eating out. Special treats. This is ice cream, or say we're craving chocolate, something like that. Medications. I do have an HSA through my main employer. This is for the few medications that I take that are not covered under my HSA. And this is my buffer. So I figured it would be safer to start out with a buffer just to make sure that I am covering myself if I do overspend somewhere. So we got that. Next up, this is my short-term goals. Build up my emergency fund, main priority. Vet emergency fund. My elderly cat has had a couple vet visits the last couple years. They kind of get kind of spendy. So just to make sure that we're covered in case something happens, he needs surgery, whatever. My son and I are both video gamers. We both play on PlayStation and then some PC gaming as well. So with new games coming out, they do tend to be quite expensive for those of you who either game yourselves, have a significant other who does, or children who do. You know how spendy games can actually get. New furniture. I would just like to get a nice little refresh soon. Same thing, room makeover, new whatever. Decor items. New home items. This is more so for the bigger items like kitchen tools, new mixer, new blender, whatever. Another gaming item is Twitch. This is in case we want to subscribe to someone or donate to somebody on a Twitch stream. Next up, we have our longer term savings. With me doing deliveries, I do want to have a substantial amount saved up in car maintenance for tires, oil changes, wear and tear, any breakdowns, things like that, because I do need my car to make that side income. Electronics, again, we are gamers. We do like to get new systems, new items, new controllers, things like that. Medical, this is for anything my HSA will not cover, anything that I want to have done or need done, or my son may need done, that is not typically under insurance, or we have a deductible to meet every year, things like that. I do have a goal to buy a new home in the next year or two, hopefully. I would love to save up a substantial down payment to put towards a house. I do have a 401k through my employer, but I do want to start a Roth IRA and really get my savings up there. I am in my earlier 30s. I don't have much saved for retirement, unfortunately, but I would love to start really building this soon. This is for me to do a camper build, a camper van build. I do love to travel and go camping with my son, so this would be really fun to do, to build it out for us to be comfortable in and enjoy it, and then travel across the country with it. And then I do just have some blank folders in here to, I don't know, add a challenge or something in later if I want to. Next up, we do have my son's personal binder. This is for his specific items that I want to save for him. He is obsessed with the military. He does want to enlist and be a lifetime military man, which is amazing. I think that is awesome. So he is a boy. For those of you with boys, you know how fast their hair grows. It's crazy ridiculous. So we do have that main hair brow appointments. Yard work, if he does too, mowing the lawn, shoveling snow, anything like that, I do give him an allowance. This is for new clothing, school items, whether it's field trip, supply, anything like that. For his birthday, that is actually coming up this month, so we're going to be adding a couple hundred in here this month. This is his personal Christmas envelope. This is so that we can go ahead and save specifically for him for whatever items he wants next year. There is a special item that I will reveal later on. This is just for that special event that I want to do with him. It'll be really unique, really cool. So we're going to save up a decent chunk in here, and then we'll go and do it, and I will reveal what it is and show pictures when that happens. This is for his first car. It is a couple years away yet. He is just 14. We will go ahead, though. I did promise him that I will match up to $5,000 of whatever he saves up for his first car. So say he saves $5,000, I will match that $5,000. He'll then be able to get a $10,000 car. A nice little starter for a young man. This is for his graduation gift. I want to start saving for this. It is going to be a cross-country trip going around seeing all the haunted, main haunted sites that are available to the public across the country. He is super obsessed with the creepy, spooky stuff like that. So this is a special me and him thing. Next up, this is my events binder. I do have a lot of holidays throughout the year, events, things like that. I do have 15 nieces and nephews. So with 15 of the kids, not including my own, there are a lot of kids' birthdays. So it is nice to have a chunk saved up in here. I do like to do something special with the kids. If they're older, I like to do going and getting their nails done, take them shopping for a day, something like that, out to eat, whatever they want. And then the younger ones, I just go ahead and get them gifts or whatever they are asking for their birthdays. New Year's, I do always do a thing where I invite all the nieces and nephews over and we do a little New Year's Eve party for all the kids. Valentine's, just me and my son currently, but I do like to get him a little Valentine's treat. Easter with the family. Mother's Day, gotta spoil my mom. Memorial Day, I do like to go visit my grandparents and my sister's graves. So I like to go ahead and save up in here and then put new items on their graves every year. Father's Day, gotta spoil my dad. Fairs and events. 4th of July, we do usually go out to fireworks. Sometimes we go camping, things like that. Halloween, gotta save up for the candy, my son's costumes, whatnot. Thanksgiving. Christmas. This is Christmas for the rest of the family, whether it's my sisters, my parents, cousins, the white elephant gift for the family, all the nieces and nephews. Baby showers. Of course, weddings. And then I wanted a buffer, just in case, you know, there's multiple weddings or a surprise event pops up, concert, anything like that. That way I have that extra money saved up here. Next up, we have my bills ahead binder. I do need to get ahead on bills, whether it's 1 month, 6 months. The goal ultimately would be to get 6 months ahead, but we will start 1 month ahead. So right now, I just have rent, phone payments, power bill, gas bill, car insurance, internet. These next ones are just the credit cards. After everything is paid off and debt is paid off, I would love to have these stuffed full with the total amount that I could possibly spend on the cards. That way, if I ever need it, I can just automatically pull from here and immediately pay the cards off. It would be just a nice little buffer. Car, once we have the car paid off, we will remove this. But if I want to go ahead and get a couple months ahead on here without actually paying it directly, I will go ahead and put it in here first. That affirm balance, or if we want to save up for a future affirm balance, if I ever want to affirm something again. Best egg loan, this one, once that loan is paid off, we will go ahead and remove that as well. Movie club, for those of you that are unaware, Marcus Theaters, they have theaters across the country, where it's a subscription. You pay $11 a month, and then you get discounts on concessions, you get a free movie credit every month, and then you also get discount movie tickets on any additional tickets you buy. So my son and I do like to do this as a family fun event, mom-son date night type item. So we do go to quite a few movies, so we do pay for the subscription so that we can go ahead and get discounts. This is for shows like Hulu, Disney, Peacock, Netflix, anything like that that we pay the subscriptions for. I put that amount in here. I do not have it specific in here because we do change which different show bundles we do at a time. So this is just general. That way I don't have to make a new folder every time I switch. Like I said, we are both gamers. I do love Fortnite. I do play with friends quite regularly. So if I want to buy a special skin or the monthly subscription, anything like that, that is in here. I'm also an avid reader. I do love that bookish TikTok side. So I do have Kindle, and I do like to have that subscription. AnyList is one of my favorite subscriptions. This is a yearly subscription. It's $15 a year. It helps me track. My son and I can have a family account where we can both track. He can add to the grocery list. I can add to the grocery list. I can have recipes. I can make a meal plan, anything like that. It is something that I've used for years. I will probably keep it until it is no longer a thing, if that ever happens. Car registration. Being that it is a new car, I am unsure how much it is going to cost me. This will come up in October, so I hope I can have $400 saved up just to cover whatever it is. And then once I know the amount that it's going to be, I will just go ahead and stuff that amount. These back ones are just yearly subscriptions. I would just like to have the one yearly subscription saved in here. Once it's paid for that year, I will just stuff it for the next year and be ahead. This is for the PlayStation Plus subscription. We pay yearly, so it's just the $175 once a year for each of us, and then we're covered. This is for my renter's insurance. This renews in a couple months, so we got to save up a little bit in here. My Prime yearly membership. Canva yearly. My son's PlayStation Plus. Sam's Club subscription. With me driving, doing the delivery so much, I do like to have ad-free music and the music that I want to listen to when I want to listen to it. So I do pay for the YouTube music. RuneScape is another game that I do play quite a bit of on PC. This is for that yearly subscription so that I can be a premium member and get all those perks and the extra map and so on. Miscellaneous, this is just so that I can have a little buffer in here if I want to start a new subscription to something and haven't prepared for it. I can just pull it from here. Utility buffer. With my power and my gas bill, I do total out my last year, and then I divide it up. So I am prepaid all year long pretty much. If I ever do have a worse month where for some reason it spikes or anything like that, this is what that's going to cover. I'm just going to put a couple $100 in here, and then if I ever need it, I can pull from it. Walmart Plus, I have not started the subscription yet. I am debating on it. I did make a envelope just in case I do decide to go ahead and try it. I've heard a lot of good things about it for having deliveries and stuff to your house. I've been getting over a pretty rough cold. So with this cold, it was nice being able to just think about going and having somebody deliver the groceries to me so that I don't have to go to the store when I'm sick and not feeling great. Next up, we have my travel binder. I do like to travel and go on trips with my son and my mother. So we do have this binder set up. I do have some trips coming up this year that I want to take. I'm not sure how much I want to put in each of these binders yet, or envelopes yet, but we will figure that out as we go and schedule things. This is for the hotel specifically. Spending money when we are there. Eating. Cars and Ubers. If it's a big city, I'm not going to rent a car. I will drive in Ubers. If it's a smaller city or on the middle of nowhere, I will rent a car. My last trip I was on, we were in a big city and we did have to pay for parking in a couple places. And it is nice just to have that little parking specific amount set aside. I do want to get some new bags before our next trip. I would love to go on a cruise in the next couple of years. There's actually a couple cruises I want to go on. So we're going to start saving for that. I'm a big Disney nerd. I do want to do a weekend trip to go see the Harry Potter Universal area. And then there's some different attractions and things at Disney that I would love to see. So this is going to be a sister trip for me and my sister to go on and just have fun. And this is for a beach trip. I do love the ocean. I love the beaches. So this is just a separate little side thing. Then we have the personal binder. This is my binder specifically for me items. So personal. This would be clothes, or I don't know if I want makeup, whatever. Beauty. This is more so for going to get my hair done, nails done, whatever, pedicure, spa. This is my book savings. I do love reading, so I do like to have the physical books more than Kindle, but I do use Kindle as well. Physical books, though, are my favorite. I love geeking out on a physical book and getting collector's editions, things like that. So we do have to save up for books quite a bit. Casino. My mom and I do like to go and just hang out at the casino for a couple hours here and there. So it's nice just to have a couple $100 saved up in here for when we do want to go. Sober. So I am an alcoholic. I have been sober for over 2 years. My next sober birthday, I would love to get a sobriety tattoo, or a little, hang out with friends, proud of the accomplishments we've done, things like that. So I'm just going to save up a little chunk in here. Birthday, whatever I decide to do, whether it's go out to eat, water park, whatever. Date nights. Sales. I love couponing. I love sales. If I see something on sale and it's something I've been wanting for a while, it's nice to just be able to spend the money if I want to. And then a buffer for whatever me things I want. Finally, we have my businessy / hobby. So in here, we do have the budget items. This is for this channel. Whether I want to get more binders, more keychains, decorations. I do want to deck these out with dashboards, all the pretty things that I see in all these other channels eventually, but I want to save up to do it. I don't want to just pour a ton more money in without saving for it first. Video content, whether I want to get a new camera, new phone stand, anything like that. YouTube specific. I do have a hobby of resin art and making keychains, dice, things like that. So this is for new molds. Other resin tools, mixers, mica powder, resin itself, anything like that. Woodworking, I do that as a side hobby as well. So this is for the expensive woods. This is wood tool specific, saws, anything really that you could think of, wood burners. I do want to get a wood laser engraving machine. That would be really cool to do eventually, but those are quite spendy too. This is for other projects, whether it's painting, things like that. And then I do have a craft section. So these could be combined at some point, or they could stay separate. I will decide later on what I want to do with that. I wasn't sure if this would be more for woodworking, leatherworking, any major things like that. And then this would be side crafts, just fun. This is for buying on Etsy, buying on Shopify. This is a envelope I created. I do want to go ahead and purchase from other creators on other platforms, like the different savings challenges, different binders, dashboards, things like that. This is specifically for me to buy from other people. If this channel does well with subscribers, I want to save up for giveaways. Postage, if I need to mail anything to anyone. I do have some friends up north that I do mail items to on occasion. My town does have a P.O. Box fee that we have to pay in order to keep a box at the P.O. Box. I do have a normal mailing address, but I prefer using a P.O. Box because where I live, the mail gets mixed up on occasion. So I do just like to pay for that yearly. Taxes. With my side job, I do usually keep the taxes for that specifically in my account. But if I have taxes on any crafty stuff that I do, then I will just stick it in here. And then a blank one, again. So those are my main binders. And then I do have savings specific binders. So I did go ahead and create a couple. I did order a savings challenge book off of Amazon from a creator. I cannot remember her name, but I will attach it below in the description if I can find it. These are just some of the challenges that came out of there that I will slowly work through. I do not intend to redo challenges for the most part. If it's something I love, I will, but for these, they're just going to be quick, little, easy, done, and toss. So I'm going to replace these as I run out. I do have quite a few from that book that she sent. This is challenges that I created myself. These are going to be changed out monthly. I do, for each month, have a little mini color. And then I have several tiny scratchers. And these are for small amounts. I believe it's mostly 1 through 9 or 10, I believe. So this is January's. And then I do have bookmarks challenges too. These two envelopes here are going to be for holding the money for these 2 challenge books that I ordered off Amazon. They're super cute. A little Zodiac Savings Challenge Fox binder. And then Game On with Bambula, little red panda. These are little books full of different challenges. Let the fun begin. Choose the amount stickers. Scratch offs. Color-ins, more games, lots of variety with these. A little Tetris one, football, apple picking, roll a die and move, super cute Sudoku. I love Sudoku. Lots of little things. Same thing with the Zodiac one. I believe there's even a Save-opoly in one of these. These will definitely be fun to try out. And then I will just pick one of these 2 envelopes for one and the other envelope for the other. I have no idea how much these save. These are both from Path to a Debt-Free Life. I don't know if she's on other platforms, but they are on Amazon. There's a couple other binders that once I'm done with these ones, I will probably buy just because they're super cute. And then we have a little binder of savings challenges that I made myself for coloring. Yummy Saving, Shroomy Savings, Farm Savings, Color the Critters, Dinosaurs, I'm a huge dinosaur girly, Cupcake, Little Coffee, and Ocean Life. I don't know if I will fill this with other people's savings challenges once I run out of the couple that I made. I did not make a ton of them. I am far too busy to make them regularly, but they were kind of fun just to mess around with in my free time. I do have this little binder that I did buy off Amazon. That's a $1,000 savings challenge, and then it's just $40 for each little pocket to save that $1,000. And the final product we have is the 100 envelope savings challenge binder. I did buy this off Amazon as well. Rose gold is one of my favorite colors, and I love sparkles and glitter. I have been just adding little chunks of money here and there that I've had on the side. So it's getting there. There's still quite a bit to fill in most of the big stuff. I think there's only a couple $100 in here total. We will keep working on it. All right, so that is my debt breakdown. That is my binder breakdown. Now we can go ahead and get into the actual cash stuffing portion. I do have a little cash tray. And like I said, this is side business on Wednesdays that I get paid. So after the bit that I took out for a couple bills, and then what else did I do? I did, because I drive so much with the side business, I do leave my gas money in my account with a buffer for actually paying at the pump, things like that, to make it a little easier, quicker, instead of having to pay with cash, especially with all the gas stations now requiring you to pay inside first or pay at the pump. It's just way easier for me to leave that inside the account. So this small amount is just going to be $164. So let's just double check. The amount matches up. Just make sure we're in order here. So we got 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Okay. So let's go ahead and pop these in here. All right, so we will start by stuffing the wallet. So I do have my main check coming in on Friday. That is where most of my stuffing is going to come from. This is just going to be a small stuffing today, being it is just the 164. There is a much larger stuffing coming on Friday. So for groceries, just to get us through the next couple of days, that is going to be the $50 bill. And I don't think anything else in here is today. I believe most of this is going to get stuffed on Friday. I only have 2 more days to get through, so we should be fine with that. Let's go ahead and hop into my son's binder. We do need to get him a haircut this week pretty bad. I'm hoping to get him in probably tomorrow night. So this is going to get $40. We do a $20 to pay for it, and then we always tip the ladies. So we are going to do $40 total, $20, $30, $35, $40. Okay, and that's it for him today. And the rest today is for savings challenges. Since I only had the 164, I figured savings would be fine to do today, and then we will do more savings with the next check as well. Get all these little savings binders out. Okay, well, I do really want to start with these ones since they are month specific. I do want to get a couple of these done. So, let's do a little color for $5 each. Which one do we want to color? Let's do the 2026. Let's do pink and red. Yes, these are highlighters, just quick and easy today. This is very sloppy. That's okay, it's just for me. And it's definitely not red, that is more orange, but it works. All right, so that is $5 right there. So we will take that and just pop her in. This money is very creased and messy. So that's okay. All right, let's do a scratcher. Let's start with this one. Starting big right off the bat. Goodness. $9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $9 right there. All right, let's say one of these ones. I made these a little while ago, so I don't even remember what any of these amounts are. Let's go here. $5. Quick, easy 5. And then let's do a couple of these. Which one? I do love pink, so let's start with pink. $3. 1, 2, 3. let's do this one. Oofta, 9 again. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta get used to these envelopes. Okay, let's try a game from each of these. And we will add that in. Let's start with this first game. $40 savings challenge scratch off. Let's do this one. $5. And you know what? Do we want to do another challenge in here? No, we got so many challenges to do. We will just go ahead and start with this. So this one will be the fox, and that one will be the red panda. All right, and we will come back to him on Friday. See what the red panda has for starters. Let the fun begin. Help Bambula overcome obstacles on a way to her friend's house and save the corresponding amount of money to ensure she reaches Judy's house smoothly. $25 savings challenge. Let's start at the bottom at the start marker. $3. Perfect. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. I'm excited to be starting these guys. I've been looking at them since I bought them and so eager to try them out. Okay, so we're done with this binder. We did a couple. Let's go into these guys. Let's see. They're both coloring ones. Let's start with pink. This is the other creator. Let's go. Do we want cosmetic, cow, fast food, bee challenge, mandala, sunflower, diamond, or autumn? Let's just start at the front. Go with, I'm just going to color all of these ones in blue. So we'll just, these are $5 a piece, and oh, they're different amounts. Okay, so this is for a total of $80 at the end. Let's go with a $5 one today. We'll just color in this first one. For $5. Nice little start. Let's do the challenge. And let's do a little, today was a small payment, so let's go ahead and just do a little $2. That way we can do more challenges today. I'll just color these yellow. Gotta be yellow for honey, right? Don't mind the messy coloring. $2. And let's do one of these autumn ones. We're just going to mark these off. We're not going to bother coloring these ones in. I'll just mark 5. This one saves 60 total. I don't think I'm going to redo any of these challenges. That's why I left them paper. There's just so many different creators out there, and I want to play so many different games. I don't want to do the same repetitive thing. That kind of ruins the fun for me. So a lot of these games, I'm just not going to bother redoing. All right, so that's a little money saved there. Let's go into here. These are each $5. These are each 10. Any amount. 25 bucks a piece. Definitely not doing those tonight. This one has different amounts. Let's do this. The cupcake's pretty cute. Let's color her in. All right, what colors do we want? Let's do blue for the wrapper. No, let's do purple. I like that better. And we'll do, how many ones do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 ones left and 3 5s left. So let's do 2 ones. And let's do one of this guy. What browns do we have? We have a dark brown. Should we do the coffee? We'll do the 7 right there. 5, 6, 7. Maybe a little too dark, but that's okay. He'll be cute nonetheless. All right, quick little $7. All right, what else should we do in here today? You know what? Let's call this good since we did 2 from here. And we can move in here. What do we got? We got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is 14 full yet? We could just make it 1. It's not full. All right, so we'll just do the 14 in here. and make that the end since this video is getting quite long. Ooh. She's tight. Okay. So, we got one of these filled. We got a little bit in each of the challenge binders, except for this one, but I didn't have 20s to save today. We will put some in here on Friday. But otherwise, we are good to go. That is all the money, and that is it for today. I will be back on Friday for my second check of the year. We will go ahead and post every single time I get paid. So that'll be every Wednesday, and then every 10th and 25th. Sometimes the paydays may be a little wonky, a day or two late or early, just depending on what day of the week it falls on. So we will go ahead and pick up after I stop at the bank on Friday night, and then we will get that posted.